I had a recording get corrupted. Uh, I faced the Factorum and my ship basically got destroyed, and I got it home and I started building this new one. And then I thought, okay, I need to go and get the kid from school, and then I thought I'd shut OBS off, but I hadn't, and it corrupted my recording. So we're sort of picking up halfway through a build. So this is my attempt at making an actual warship. I've never actually made one before, not a real one. So I've tried to put more thought into the design. I've done this top part, but I haven't done the bottom yet, so I can show you what it looks like on the inside. I'll put my light on. Yeah, so I've got 4 hydrogen tanks. I like hydrogen better, it's just better. I've got blast doors here, and they're surrounding most of the critical components. And I've also using heavy armour in certain locations. I'm hoping that'll make it a lot more survivable. And I've got a few oxygen generators there, which I think hopefully should keep it running topped up, with hydrogen. I've got ions as backup. I'm still putting them on, obviously, and inside here I've got loads of decoys, and that's on both sides. I might add more later. And in here I have artillery turret. I'm going to use this like a sniper turret, hopefully, because they have got a long range on them, but yeah, I need to get better at shooting that. I've added a whole bunch of turrets on this. I didn't want to go too crazy, but I wanted to have a lot of firepower. Also, I've got these extra decoys here. I don't think I really need them, so I've got a lot anyway. And I'm not really sure about the white paint. I don't actually hate it, but I might swap the textures over later. But I think for now I'm ready to cut this off the sprue. Yeah, sorry I missed most of the build, but I don't exactly show it block for block anyway. But yeah, I think this should actually work. But if not, then at least I've learnt something. Oh yeah, I'll put the batteries on recharge. I'm going to quickly change them. I haven't got much for a bridge, but this is a prototype, so I don't really expect it to do much. Press the wrong button. I need to get the batteries. Yeah, here we go. And auto. There we go, got power. Put them in a group while I'm here. Alright, yeah, so like I say, it's a bit bare bones. I've got a respawn thingy there. And yeah, I've got a good amount of turrets. I'm hoping this will be enough. I want to have a lot of firepower, but I don't want to make a gun brick. I added the camera for my turret there, and I'm sniper turret thingy. Added a couple of rocket launchers. So I never used to like them, but they are actually quite effective against large ships. So we're going to try them out. I changed it to this war-torn paint. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I can always work on it later. I don't actually hate it. I think it looks pretty good. But I'm not sure about the colour. But I think for now I'm not going to worry too much about how it looks. I want to actually go out and face the Factorum and test it in an actual real fight. I'll do that encounter over there. Right, I'm filming the jumps in case I crash like I always do. No problems, but I've jumped straight into the combat by the looks of things. I can't see what I'm up against yet. It looks like the warship and escorts. See if I can get a hit with my sniper turret. Doubt it. But I do want to practice hitting stuff without turrets. Okay, I've actually got a good amount of firepower on this. I'm actually not as squishy as I thought I might be. I have got mostly light armour. I've got reinforcements with the blast doors and heavy armour, but it's mostly light armour. But it's actually holding up pretty good at the moment. It's actually a bit darker than I thought it was. I thought it'd be a bit clearer on the video, but not much I can do about that. Yeah, we've got a warship and an escort. I think the other one's taken out already. I'm going to see if I can hit the warship with my rockets. I doubt it. I'll take out the escort first if I can. I'm a bit scared of the warships, because I've seen them on other people's videos and they look really strong. And this is the first time I'm facing one. But I'm actually not doing terrible. My hydrogen drives are still going. I say that and then they're going to blow up. But okay, it's 2 down. I'm actually quite impressed with this. I might actually win this encounter with my first ever real warship. Alright, let's take him out. Oh no! Damn it. Oh, I'm on Pertam. I need to take off that auto respawn. Oh man, I was doing so well. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, I think I'd actually won that encounter before I crashed and died. That's annoying. I hope I can find my ship. I don't have one here. I'm going to have to unalive myself and respawn and go and get another ship and come back. Alright, I grabbed my scythe and... Yeah, I'm going to look around. I think I took out an escort and a warship. So I've got to find those 3 and my warship if I can find it. I think that's the Factorum warship. I think. I can't see mine. I don't remember putting a beacon on it. It can't have got far. Alright, I'm going to get out and check if there's any turrets online on that warship. Because I don't want to risk... I don't want to just come here in a ship, get it blown up, come here in another ship, get it blown up. So I'm just going to go over here and see if I get shot. Because I can respawn, but rebuilding the ship's going to be a pain in the butt. I actually broke it in half. That's actually pretty good for my first ever like real sort of war fighting ship. Not warship, fighting ship. You know what I mean. I normally don't build stuff for combat like that. I might have lost my ship, but at least I've learnt stuff. Yeah, I did. Just broke it straight in half. I think if I hadn't crashed, I would have come off well in this. Alright, I'm exploring the section, trying to find any proto-tech. And this has got some gyroscopes in it. But I can't see anything else. I thought it might have had one of the new jump drives in it. I thought I'd seen one. I can't remember. I thought I saw a video saying it's got a new jump drive, but I can't see one in there. So I'm going to look around and hopefully I can find something good. But I doubt it. But there's no sign of my ship. I don't know if I got caught in the gravity well of the planet or not. And I'm hoping I can find it. Or what's left of it at least. But yeah, I'm looking like I actually wrecked their faces, so not actually too bad. I say I am a bit annoyed about the losing my ship. I can't find it, but at least I have learnt. I know that I can actually design stuff that will work. I just got to work on my driving. Yeah. So in here I found a couple of the gyroscopes. So I'm going to have to be careful how I get these out. I'm going to have to power them up and claim them, so I don't, my turrets don't shoot at them. But I can't see anything else prototech. Yeah, I think my ship might have crashed on the planet. I'll check when I can be bothered. Yeah, but I've attached the engine section to a landing pad, so it doesn't float away, because it was floating towards the planet. And I'm going to have a quick loot of this place. I'm going to claim the grid, and then I'm going to delete it after I've got what I want. I'm not going to grind the entire thing down. I don't really need the materials. But I will take anything that's easy to grab. But I don't really think I need... I mean, it's a lot of heavy armour, but I don't really need it. I don't see anything good here. Let's see if I can get into this crate. I mean, there's a few weapons here, but it doesn't look like there's any actual cargo or loot. Yeah, I changed these for the war-torn paint. I know it doesn't really do anything, but I liked bits of storytelling like that. I thought if I got it out of a shipwreck, then it should be damaged. And when I get them home, I'll repaint them so it looks like I've cleaned them up or whatever. I like doing little bits of storytelling like that just for myself. And I keep having this problem with these temporary crates. I'm pressing open, pressing I. I've pressed other buttons on it. It will not open. And it's a problem I've been having ever since I started playing this game. And I think I'm going to have to turn the temporary containers off. I don't know how to get in. Like sometimes it'll work once and I'll come back for a second trip and it won't open. Which is annoying. And I can't find anything else really worthwhile in the ship. I mean, I will grind down stuff that's a bit more expensive. But I think I'm just going to unclaim the grid afterwards. So I think that deletes it, right? I've never actually done it. I was watching a video and I saw someone do something like that. Factorum remove. Yeah. That saves a bit of time. Right, I've got what I want. I'm pretty sure this should despawn. So I'm not going to bother picking it all up. I doubt it'll be a problem later anyway. But I've got a pretty good haul. I found one of the escort ships. I can't find the other one anywhere. And I can't find mine. So they might have crashed into the planet or gone off into space. But this has got a few things that are okay-ish. But nothing really great. So I don't think I'll bother that much. But it's actually quite badly wrecked. So I'm actually quite proud. I was really scared of the Factorum before I actually had a fight with them. And they're actually not that bad. I thought they were going to be a lot tougher than they actually are. Might regret those words later, but not now. Okay, I was on the way home and I saw that floating. I thought, hey, that's my ship, but that is an asteroid. But that totally looks like a ship from here, doesn't it? I remember past it and I was like, oh look, I found it, but no. I think I'm going to give up the search and just go home. So between jumps, I had a bit of spare time. So I've remodeled the cockpit a little bit. And I thought, you know, make it a bit more livable. I'm still waiting for the jump drive to recharge. But yeah, I thought I'd add like a shower, the kitchen and TV and stuff. Just to make it look like someone could actually survive a trip in this. Rather than just having a seat. Alright, so I repainted these to make them look clean. Because storytelling. And I think it's in here. All of it. Or most of it. Yeah, I broke down the ship. And yeah, I filled up all the cargo with this. I got quite a lot of stuff out of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all these spare parts to make myself a new ship. Another new ship. Now, I have got a bit of an idea what I want to make. But I haven't really planned it out. So it might look like crap. So I'm going to start off with a connector, like I always do. And I think what I'm going to go for is something like, I don't know, quite long maybe? Yeah, I haven't really decided. I might make it fairly long. And I might put the front as being angular. So I don't know if that will deflect incoming fire or not. But it's something I want to try out. Okay, let's get this sorted out. Okay. Now I can grind these off. And I've got a ship. Okay. So yeah, I've been thinking about it and yeah, I think the beams actually is what I made the frame of my last ship out of, and they held up quite nicely because they don't actually deform, they just sort of disintegrate when they're damaged heavily. So I think I'll build around that. I'm going to go with the smaller hydrogen tanks. I know it doesn't hold as much, but they're less vulnerable because they're harder to hit. So I might put 4 or 6 in, I'm not really decided yet. Okay, I've heard people talk about gapped armour, and I assume that's just put a armour out here, then have a gap, then have more armour. I think. but I don't know. Maybe I should have looked a video of it, but I didn't. So this is all testing out. And I thought I'll put the front like that. So I'm hoping it will deflect bullets, or bullets, you know, shells and that. And in here I'll put like a load of decoys. So hopefully it will deflect everything, and I have the guns a bit further back to hopefully protect them from incoming fire. Yeah, and this is what I'm going for. I don't know if it will glance off, but it's something I want to test out, because I don't like boxy ships and I don't really like heavy angles. But if it works, then maybe it's worth experimenting with. But I think, yeah, I'm going to do this all four sides, top and bottom. And it's light armour. I might have to replace it later with heavy. But I'll say this is a prototype. Alright, so I've got most of the front built, and yeah, I'm not really sure what to do from now on. I didn't really plan this out at all. I just thought I'd start building and it will come to me and look good, but I don't think this ship's going to be very pretty. But if it works, then I don't really care. But I do. Alright, so inside I've got 2 layers of armour. I've got armour, then a gap, then armour. And I'm hoping that will protect the internals. I think in the gap I'll probably have the thrusters, and then have the forward and backwards ones on the outside, maybe. I've got a lot of decoys at the front, so I'm hoping that'll be enough. I don't know whether to put some on the top and bottom or not, but I can always edit the design later. Okay, I got this far, and it kind of looks like a pencil. I might just call it the pencil, but I just wanted to experiment with angles. I don't want to just follow tutorials and learn from other people. I like to learn from myself, and I can already see a few design flaws. But we're going to pretend that they're not there. And I'm going to show you the empty inside of my ship. I'm not going to bother too much with decoration. I want to take it out and combat test it and see how well it does. And if it does well, then I'll think more about the interior. I'm going to test how it handles. I think I've got a good amount of gyroscopes on it. And I think the thrust should be okay. It's not a massively heavy ship. Yeah, again, I'm going with pure hydrogen this time, but I don't know if that might be a mistake. Okay, so I've been out and I've done quite a few pirate encounters, and I had this, you know when you get the signal when you can find the ship? I had 2 of those, which was quite nice, and I had this one, which I think is the Sky Heart or something, I don't know. But yeah, I've taken some damage, but it's actually not holding up too badly. I've come across, I think it was the Vulture, I think. It's like a pirate ship with rocket launchers and stuff, and it had a drone, but I didn't actually hold up too badly, which is surprising. I did add a refinery, because I forgot to, and it kind of tucks down there okay. And in here, yeah, I put an assembler in here, and I put AI blocks because I like having them as a backup. Also put like an ore detector in there, because on the outside, I'll show you, shut the door, because I wasn't raising the barn. Yep, out here I've got myself a miner, and that fits on there quite nicely. And I did have a drone, and I docked it there, and I did a pirate encounter, and it instantly got killed, so I'm not going to bother with the drones anymore, they're useless. But you see this camera up here, you're thinking, oh, why do you need that camera up there? You can see perfectly well if you adjust the camera angles. No, you can't. I don't know what's causing this. Oh yeah, I did a bit of interior, but not too much. Yeah, but I don't know what's causing this, but that for some reason it thinks that this is the back of the ship, but it's the centre and I can't see Jack. So let's hear that bus go past loud enough. Right, yeah, but I had to put this camera up here because I can't work out why this is happening. But it's not a huge problem, but it is annoying. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this Factorum encounter. Looks like another one in an asteroid. Yeah. But I'm two minds about these. I mean, it is boring having to do the asteroid ones, but you do get some prototech. I'm not really fussed about the prototech, but it's a good way of getting it. Alright, so I went inside and there is a anti-personnel turret in there, which are the bane of my life. So I'm going to hit it with my artillery until I kill that mofo. And, well, no my luck, I think, oh, I got it, and I'll go in and get my head blown off, but... So, I got in. I didn't die, by the way. This is a Prototech thruster, and it's one Prototech thruster. Oh yeah, a couple of small gyros there as well. I have to claim them. But, yeah, this here is one thruster. I thought like it was going to be like maybe half was the thruster and the rest was like Weeblies, but it's not. All of this is one gigantic thruster. And I've never used it, but if it's this big, I expect it to be super powerful. But if it's not, then what's the point? It's just ridiculously big for the sake of it. Right, to get it out, I've modified my miner, and I've put this suction cup on the front. Kind of looks like a toilet plunger. And I'm thinking if I can go in, magnetise it and get it out, and hopefully I can get it out without damaging it, but we'll see. Alright, I'm kind of getting it out okay. Getting it out. Okay, I've got it out of the... can't say getting it out of the hole. I've retrieved it successfully. No double entendres here. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get it attached. I'm going to put... yeah, I don't know. I might destroy this ship. I mean, it did work okay, but... it looks like a pencil. It doesn't handle badly, but it looks like a pencil. But this is my Prototech cord for today. I put it on here of Mergy blocks. And these two, I had to put a battery on them. A small griddy battery. And then I claimed them. And these are the ships that I've got. So I've got the two fighters and the Sky... is it the Sky Heart? I can't remember. That I got earlier. And then I found this one as well, which I didn't show you. I did this one off camera. But this one, it tried to flee. So I had to destroy the engine and then salvage it in. But overall, not a bad go. I think next time I'm going to go maybe to the alien planet, because I've done enough ships for a while. I think I want to do some base building. Okay, bye.